Hello and welcome to today's bone reading stream as promised. I've lost the wand I usually point with. I usually point with my Apollo wand that was made for me by a client, but I've misplaced it. We will find it. But we're going to be adding some extras to the bone reading today. As some of you know, if you were on the earlier stream, you will know that we'll be adding some extras. Let's see, I need tweezers to get this out actually. That song's in my head. So I always need tweezers to get this snake skin out the jaw. We will be using snake skin. It's a new addition to the bone reading. Oh, if you were on the money abundance spell, you did see it. We did use it. Oh, I hope I don't break it. Trying to be gentle. There we are. Have some snake skin. Risha, hello and welcome. Mohammed, hello and welcome. Candy, hello and welcome. So Mohammed, you were on the priority list, so you will be first. I will let a few people roll in, see if we get some of the priority members in. Priority subscribers and members, I should say. There were some subscribers as well. I'll just get the bones, shells, and crystals ready as you guys roll in. And then we will do, so it's going to be a bit of a short stream, and we don't know how many people we will get through, but if we don't get through many, we can do another one tomorrow. And there'll also be a crystal ball tomorrow, so you can look out for that. But yeah, some new additions to this reading. Some new additions. Oh, so I think we also have. I don't know if I'll use any toe bones yet. We will use the sheep spine, the bad leg. No, that was the bad leg. That was the bad leg. We'll use the bad spine as well. The land birds. We have seabird spine somewhere. Oh, where's our seabird spine? Oh, there we go. So we have sheep spine, bird spine, seabird spine, bird leg, sheep tooth, fox tooth, snake skin, deer. This is from carved from a deer. We have our chicken foot still. I have yet to open the crowfoot box. I just can't do it. We have a stag antler. We have our crystals. So they will go there. Buffalo tooth. Some shells. And there we are. I think that's what we'll be using today. Do we have too many bad things here, I'm thinking? So we have a bird leg, we have a bird spine. I don't think we need two bird spines. We'll take one of those away. What could we add? don't have anything. Oh, a rabbit toe. Let's do a rabbit toe. That way we have something rabbit. There we are. Rabbit toe. So I like that. She left me that little bag. Okay, so I think we do have some people who are priority. So you guys will be priority still. So let me see. Some of the comments are funny. So Mohammed is first in. Oh, sorry for shaking you. Mohammed is first in from priority. So you'll be first. I think we have someone else from priority in. Fire and water, you'll be second. Those who were on the last stream are on the priority list, guys. So they will be priority. It's certainly not satanic or black magic or instruments of evil. The title says these are ethically sourced animal bones. All of these animals died naturally. They were not killed for their bones. They were being honored. They're being honored. So then we'll have, so on non-priority, we have Risha. We have Candy. We have Tam. Mini Cupcake, hello, welcome. If you think they all come from negative sources, then you believe all animals are negative, which is crazy to me. Mary! Mary? You were in the last stream, so you're on priority, so you're third on the list. So we have on priority, Mohammed, Fire and Water, and Mary. On non-priority, we have Risha, Candy, and Tam. So hopefully we can get through all of you. I know I've started a little bit later than I said I would. Just preparing. Had a little break, prepared. Took me a little while. But we'll get there, we'll get there. I think I'm going to add a shark tooth as well. So let's also add a shark tooth. We haven't used these yet, so it's nice to add new things. Shark tooth there. So, Mohammed, go ahead. So you can choose two. We're going to choose two of each thing on this stream. I don't know if we did more last time, but we don't want to. We want to get through as many people as possible, and it's just a sample reading, so it is a small insight, but should still provide you some insight. So you can choose two of the animal elements, 2 crystals, and 2 of the shells. We have oyster, or pointing shells, or Shiva shell, and I forgot what the shell's called, but if anyone knows, they're quite common. So I don't know how I've forgotten that, but if you know that name, you can let us know. You can just choose the colour of the crystal. I have also forgotten some of their names. I know we have a bloodstone, we have a, I forgot that one's name again. We have a sunstone, we have a malachite, we have a smoky quartz, we have a clear quartz, we have a mukite. So some of them I do remember the names, but some of them I don't. Feel free to choose them by their colour. So Mohammed, 2 from each. Holly Carter, hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. If you'd like to be added, you can be added. We do have a priority list for this stream, so I don't think we'll get through everybody today, but anyone on this list who doesn't get one will be priority for the next one. We will do one tomorrow. Freya, you're on priority, so you're boosted up here. You're number 4. So No one's going to be cast. Let me block this person. This crazy person. Thank you, Kanji. I appreciate that. So we have Mohammed, Fire and Water, Mary and Freya so far. Mohammed, green and yellow crystal, shell that you hold before. This one. Is that conch shell? I'm so terrible. I forgetting the names. I think you're choosing these two. Let me know if I'm wrong. And you said green and yellow crystal. So this one and this one, or the other green one. And of the bones, we have antler, chicken foot, buffalo tooth, bird leg, sheep tooth, seabird spine, sheep spine, shark tooth, fox tooth, deer, and deer, rabbit toe, and snake skin. I'm not reading that comment, Nick Smith. I don't appreciate that. Yes. What are the animal elements that you would like? Let's move the things you don't want to the side. Carolyn, hello and welcome. Thank you, Fire and Water. I appreciate you letting me know already since you're next. That's great. So the antler and the rabbit toe. Great, 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 great. Okay. So let's move these as well. We'll just put them here. Okay, so we have our three. So what we do in my version of bone reading, because I did create the casting map myself and kind of made this my own. So we got our bones, our crystals, and our shells. I'll think of Mohammed as I do this because usually in a one-on-one you will be holding the elements just above the yin yang, and then we just drop them as we feel we want to. Now, how this works in a bone reading is the yin yang is our like present moment. As we head further out of these ribbons, we're getting further into the future. So it's like a timeline. So we have a lot of things. You have present moment. You have this is pretty present. Then you're moving a little bit more into the near future with these two, and maybe more distant future with these two. So our stag antler, it's talking about a conversation that needs to be had quite gently. Gently but firmly, if that makes sense. So it's like you definitely need to put your point across, but you still need to remain in your high energies whilst you're doing it. So it's not to shout, but it's also not to be shy, if that makes sense. There's a very in-between element with that. And it comes from social and friendship. That's where it begins. But it points to home and family. And it's important with these type of elements, like the antlers and the shells, where they point to. So coming from social and friendships and going to home and family, it seems like there's it's a loved one. So it is a loved one. It could be a close friend, or it could be a family member, or it could be that there's a issue going on between a close friend and a family member, like an argument or a fallout or a conflict that's going on currently or very close to happening, because we're in the present chapter here. So you might have to be a mediator in between some kind of argument or conflict. Or you might already know what this conflict is, and you're just being called to be the mediator. You might be being called to sort this out, try to sort this out, and be balanced between the friend and the family member, the loved ones who have this fallout or argument. You do need to be very firm but balanced, and firm but calm, balanced between them. As you maybe are mediator for this conflict, or you could even be involved in it yourself, but you still need to be firm but gentle. It's that balance with this one. So do kind of bear that in mind when this comes up, that this will be something that you'll have to navigate, or you may already be navigating. So our next one is the Mukite, and this is a very mental health type of zone. It's about our, it's not to say like mental health issues or anything like that, but it's our self-care, it's our, how we look after our mind, how we look after our mental space, how we look after our, if we're overthinking or we have worries, issues, things like that, anxieties, it can be anything like that. And it's in your career and business section. So suggesting that in the very near future, there's going to be some anxieties, some worries, and some issues that come up around your career and business. So that will also be something you'll have to navigate. And you may be perhaps, let's say, coming over a speed bump there. Okay, so there is going to be a bit of an issue regarding career and business. So it's good to be mindful about that. Try not to get too stressed or anxious about that. And the message definitely is to keep up self-care. Make sure it could be that you're too focused, too worried, or working too hard, and you might need to take a bit of time for self-care. So try not to, it's easy for people to say this, try not to stress too much about your career and business. It's easy for someone to say that, but you do have to relax a little bit around that. You do have to, if you release anxieties around that, work on your solar plexus maybe, you might be able to achieve more and get more to where you want to be in career and business. It's really a guidance to, in any way that you can, in any way that works for you, release anxieties, worries, and fears around career and business. You need to be more positive minded about where you're going to go in your career and business, because it's potential. There's potential there, but you need to. There's some kind of speed bump or some kind of issues and worries that you really need to be kind to yourself about. Being kind to yourself, especially here. Now, the next one is the Malachite, and this is in home and family. Now, the Malachite it can be a very spiritual stone, but it's also very heart chakra based. So it's interesting that the answer is also pointing to this. So again, it's talking about that love energy. If there's any issues with the home and family, any arguments, any conflicts that arise, particularly maybe regarding this with the friend and family, you need to really come to your heart chakra, your heart center. Remember that these are loved ones, and it's really about trying not to fall out. It's really about trying not to let other issues that might occur get in the way. So, staying in your heart chakra, making sure you keep close connection with friends and family. Sometimes when this falls in the home and family section, it can be that we're starting to lose touch. If we have friends and family that are maybe at a distance, in a different country or something like that, maybe we need to communicate with them more, make sure we're keeping up contact, things like that. And again, it's a home as well. So it could be about letting more love into the home in general. So looking after the home, if there's clutter in the home, if the home is unkept, untidy, it could even be physically about cleansing the home, being loving to the actual home. If there's a project you've meant to complete in the home, or something you need to, like I said, cleanse, clean, clear out in the home, it also gets that. The next one is our rabbit toe. And our rabbit toe is very much, the rabbit is, there's a kind of a fast movement energy with the rabbit. It's gentle, but it's picking up momentum. And this is in your love and partnership. So there could be some very positive momentum picking up in your love and partnership. but it's also guiding you to be very gentle. You know, again, the conflicts are coming in home and family, any conflicts coming up. So if this does also involve the romantic partner in some way, um, it could be about that. But if there is no romantic partner at the moment, as we're seeing the timeline head out, this is pretty near future. It's not too distant. It could be a positive omen for a relationship, getting into a relationship in the pretty near future. So that's quite nice. Um, on our pointing shell, so the importance of these shells is where they point to, where they're pointing to. And this is pointing exactly to the rabbit toe. So it's interesting. So home and family, pointing to the love and partnership, can really suggest that this is a long-term lasting relationship because we're looking at home and family. So this person may not just be like a short-term romance. They may become a part of your home and family. There may be a time in the more, this is it's a bit more distant future, where this person rarely becomes part of the family. If you're already in a relationship, it could be, you know, that next level, whether that's engagement, marriage, things like that, or just connecting on a deeper level, resolving any issues that have come up within the partnership, getting married if you're not married already, you know, things like that. But it's really about bringing this love partnership into the family. So moving in together, you know, things like that are very prominent with that. And it could literally just be suggesting that this is a very long term romance. So in the near future, whatever comes up in your love path is meant for you. It's the right path. So that's really positive. And we also have, so this is further out, and this is this shell, these kind of shells, this shell and the oyster shell, what the way they land is important. So are they open? Are they closed? Your one has landed open. This is a very positive omen for health and well-being. I don't think you can see the titles very well on these, but this is the health and well-being section. This is a very positive omen for health and well-being. So if you have any health issues at the moment, you might find the right medication, the right holistic healing. You might find the right herbs and supplements, you know, or you might just naturally recover. It might just be a very natural recovery of something that's going wrong in your health and well-being. If your health and well-being is very good, very already, it could be a suggestion of keeping up anything that you're doing. So, you know, it's the new year. A lot of us, you know, in the new year, we start to eat better. You know, we start to go on diets and get more exercise and things like that. If you have started anything like that, or you do start it, you know, this is further down the line, remember, if you do start any healthy habits, keep them up. It's all about keeping up those healthy habits, but it's a very positive omen for your health. So that's also really good. You're getting positive omen for love and positive omen for health. So the one thing I would think about is any conflicts arising between home and family, and any worries and doubts about your career and business. They're the warnings and the more slightly more negative side. But in the more distant future, the love and the health is very positive. So that is Mohammed. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. I know these are a little bit quicker today, but I do want to get through a few people. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's put the shells back. Oh wait, I think Fire and Water chose. So let's see. Where's my pen? Have new people in. Carolyn says hello, Venus and everyone. It's very nice. You're very welcome. Tanita says hello. I'd appreciate a reading. You can be added, Tanita, but we do have a list here. So we have Fire and Water, Mary, Fred, Risha, Candy, Tam, and Tanita. Joanna Lula. Yeah, I'll add you too. Johanna Lula. You can be added. Guys, remember, if you don't, this is a list, and this is going to be a short stream. If you don't get a reading today, join me back tomorrow. Anyone on this list will be priority tomorrow, and you guys on the priority list. So Mark Mohammadov and Fire and Water. But anyone who doesn't get one today, who's on the priority list, and anyone who doesn't get one on this list, your priority tomorrow. So don't worry too much if you don't get one. You will get one eventually. Please like the video, guys. I greatly appreciate the likes. We are going to do Fire and Water now. Who has already chosen? So Mary, if you remember the crystals and the bones, you're very welcome to choose them now in advance. If you don't, I will show you them again after Fire and Water's one. So Fire and Water says bloodstone, Mukite, a pointing shell, the Shiva shell, 2 of the small bones. So do you want teeth? We're looking at teeth or toes. So you say small, we have a bird spine, fox tooth, deer, buffalo tooth, sheep tooth, bird leg, and shark tooth are the small ones. Oh, Carolyn, you're not on the list. Why haven't I put you on the list? Oh, when did you come in? I think you came in before a few people. You came in before Tanita and Johanna. Sorry, I will add you. I thought I already added you. So we do have Carolyn there. Sorry. Yes. So it goes Fire and Water now, Mary, Freya, Risha, Candy, Tam, Carolyn, Tanita, Johanna, Lula. And don't forget, you will get one tomorrow if you don't get one today. I'm sorry that it's a short stream today. Fox and Shark. Okay. Shark and Fox. Tooth. Wonderful. Okay. So this is, oh, very small ones, very cute. So this is for Fire and Water. Okay. So we do have a few in our present and distant. Okay. So our first one is a pointing shell, but we'll look at the others first because it's pointing here where the shark tooth has landed. So they may, it's not pointing exactly to it, but they may intertwine a little bit. So, okay, you have a lot in social and friendships, so that's interesting. So in social and friendships, again, we have the anxiety, mental health type of one, you know, anxieties, worries, stresses, guiding you to self-care, guiding you to be sure that you're looking after yourself, taking time for yourself, and it's in social and friendships. So there could be a link to a friend, you know, someone close to you in the social group who's causing you anxiety, who's not great for you, who might be giving you issues, or just taking up a lot of your time. Sometimes when we're guided to self-care, it's because someone's draining us. They might not mean to. Maybe they're going through a very difficult time, but you still need to take time to yourself. Don't give all of your energy to the social and friend group. It's great to be a shoulder to cry on, but you must value yourself as much as others. So if you're constantly being a shoulder to cry on and constantly giving and giving, you're draining yourself. So it might just be about taking time to yourself, but it might also be, just think about it. Is there presently or in the near future coming up, is there a friend who's draining your energy or maybe causing you worries and anxieties? Sometimes we do need to release a friend with this one. Sometimes they're not good for our mental health. Sometimes it's a bit more of a warning. So be mindful. Are they just going through a rough time and they're taking up too much of your time? Or are they someone that you're going to need to release fully because they're very negative? So try to be a bit mindful about this when this comes up. it's very present or near future. As we head out from the yin yang, it can get to near future, but it might resonate. It could be pretty present. It could already be occurring. So think about that. But the bloodstone comes next, and it's very close. So this is good because what that shows, the bloodstone's very grounding. It's feeling at home. It's feeling grounded. It's feeling rooted. It's feeling, belonging. Feeling belonging, especially when it's in social and friends. So whatever this issue is, it does seem like you are intuitive about it and you do work through it. So I hope maybe I've helped you a little bit with guidance on that. But the bloodstone does suggest being grounded, being rooted, feeling belonging. So it could be, if you release this person, it could be that you then bring in a soul family member. If it's not about releasing this person, just about giving yourself space, it could be that things work out, things resolve, and then you begin to feel belonging again in a social group. But it can be about finding, when this lands in the social and friendship, can be about finding a soul family member or finding, a very good friend, someone who's very supportive, feeling very rooted and grounded, especially within the friend group or the social energy. So social can sometimes be like networking and things like that. More likely when it lands in the career and finance section, but it's social. So, maybe they could be someone helping you out in a different area as well. So that's nice. But our fox tooth, this is kind of, it's interesting to come, the order that he's going. It's like a bit of an issue, them feeling great and the things going great. But then the fox tooth is about there is an issue that occurs, there is a conversation that needs to be had or some kind of argument, but you're in the right. When we get the fox tooth, it's like you're in the right about this issue, and so you're not to blame, basically. You're not to blame. So do be mindful and in the knowledge that you are in the right and not to blame, because sometimes when we have an argument, we start to doubt ourselves, was I in the wrong? Do I need to apologize? Am I the one that's, out of order? This is guidance that you are not, and that's more likely an apology being due to you. So don't cave, don't give in, don't, apologize just for keeping the peace, because the fox tooth is really telling you that you are in the right. Someone is blaming you, and it's not right. It's not right. So you do need to be strong. Sometimes the fox can teach us independence as well. So it could even be, a little bit of some remnants coming up with this person. Even though you're feeling more secure at this point, it could even be that, this happens, then you're feeling good because you've given yourself time or you've released this person, and then the apology might come. This is just telling you that you're not to blame. So it's not necessarily telling you that they're going to be resistant or argumentative. They might just apologize. They might just straight up apologize. It might be very positive, but it's just really telling you you're not to blame. Please know that you are not in the wrong here. That's the main guidance with that, as that comes up in the near future. But our pointing shell's in the present moment, but the shark tooth is very, very future. So that's interesting. But they're both telling us the love and partnership section. So the shark tooth is about having there's anger, there's negative words, it's a bit more of an argument, it's a bit more heated, it's a bit more, think of the shark, it's very aggressive, it's a very aggressive energy when we think of the shark. So there is an argument coming up in the love and partnerships in the distant future, but you're being guided towards the love and partnership now. So it could be that you have things to think about and to resolve within your relationship, and if you are avoiding them, maybe that's why an argument occurs in the future. So just be mindful about things. You could be, as this goes on this time, You could be pushing things down. You could be suppressing feelings, suppressing emotions, suppressing the things that you really want to say. And that could really build up then. When we suppress and we keep things back, we eventually have a blowout, you know? And that could happen in the distant future. So the pointing shell really, it could be telling you to be very mindful of suppressing thoughts and feelings within the love and partnership, opening up truthfully about your feelings, trying to maybe resolve things as you go, rather than having this blowout in the future, this argument, because this is quite aggressive words. It can come from you, but it can also come from the partner. So it could be that they're suppressing things. Maybe, you know, maybe it could be that you might need to pry a little bit, you know, if they seem off, if they seem like they're hiding something or being a bit off. You might need to pry a little bit, you know, what's going on? Should we speak? Should we open up? Because we don't really want this blowout to happen, which is, currently is going to happen in the future. But the pointing shell is in the present moment, so it's kind of giving you a bit of guidance, you know, it's kind of saying, try not to get to this point, maybe try to resolve things as you go, and maybe this can be avoided. Maybe it can be avoided. So that's good. And this is beautiful, this one. So you're getting the Shiva shell, but you're getting that in the spirit and self. So this is very, very beautiful. The Shiva shell is dependent on how it lands, like most of the shells are dependent on how they land. If it lands this way, it's kind of being out of touch with intuition a little bit, maybe out of connection with your guides a little bit. When it lands this way, it's telling you that in this future that's coming, you're going to be more connected to your intuition. You're going to be more connected to your guides. Signs and synchronicities that you're getting are going to be very clear. You might get more clarity on where you're going in your life path, what you want. It's in the spirit and self, so it could be, you know, if you are practicing anything spiritual, if you meditate, if you do any divinations, it could be just tuning in your own natural abilities better. But yeah, it could be, it can link to other areas of life when we get this. It's, you know, if your intuition is growing and your connection to your guides is growing, that can be beneficial for all of these areas. It can really be very expansive because we're getting clearer signs. Just because it lands in this section, the clearer signs can be about anything, you know? So it's very beautiful to land that way. That's the way we want it. So that's a positive one. But it does seem like some conversations and some kind of maybe a bit of work on the throat chakra might help, because it's a little bit of like the conversations seem to be the issue, and the love and family or love and friends can kind of be the issue here. So let me just read the comments. Let's see. Carolyn, yeah, if you have time, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that. Tom says I have to go, but I hope to tune in tomorrow. Yes, I hope to. You'll be on priority tomorrow, so I hope to see you then. Mohammed says I enjoyed the reading. Sorry, late reply. Internet connection issue. I can't sleep. Luckily, I can view your live this time. I'm really glad you could join. Love, light, and blessings, Mohammed. And I'm glad you enjoyed the reading. It was very nice to connect with you on both streams. So thank you. Fire and Water says, yes, my in-laws are stressing out as they are very pushy. So yeah, it can link to them when it's social. Carolyn says, have a gorgeous day, Venus. Came in, was not sure of this, but that I would just note the items I was drawn to. Yeah, hopefully I get to you, but we'll see. Like I said, I will jump on tomorrow. Firewall says, thank you, confirming, as my marriage feels very crowded, just like Princess Diana's, and I am doing so much for my family. Yes. OGs, not again. There is not a week without an argument. I am exhausted. So yes, the shark tooth does really resonate then. That may be why you were guided to it. Issues to resolve there, certainly. And I really hope and pray that you do resolve them. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. It was lovely to connect with you. I'm so glad when you managed to make it on. Izzy, hello and welcome. So our next one is Mary. Yes, Mary, did you choose already? Or do you want me to show them again? I don't know if I saw. Did you choose? Did Mary choose? Let me put that. Oh wait. So I'm just scrolling up here. I don't think you've chosen yet. So let me go back through them. So we have oyster. I forgot what this one's called. Um, Shiva shell or pointing shells. We have the crystals. You can just choose by color. I don't know all of their names. I can't believe I forgot that one's name. I usually know that. I'm very drawn to that one. I use that in meditation. The name seems to elude me right now. Let's see. So we have sheep spine, chicken foot, antler, seabird spine, buffalo tooth, fox tooth, shark tooth, sheep tooth. We have a lot of teeth today. Rabbit toe, bird leg or bird bone. I think it's leg. And deer. That's deer. That's from deer. It's carved into a point, but it is from a deer. And snake skin. We have snake skin as well. So you're very welcome to choose 2 of each. Rabbit, yes. Chicken. Is it this one you want? Is it the oyster shell? Or is that a scallop shell? I forget that one's name. Is it the oyster or the one I keep forgetting the name of that you want? Love, lights, and blessings. Fire and water. Oh yeah, sorry, yes. So the oyster. Okay. So I think we have blue, half color crystal. This one? Or this? Wait. Is it this one? Is that the one? I think we're going for that one. And we don't have turquoise. Do you mean this one? Sheep, rabbit, chicken foot. Oh, it's 2 of each. Oh, unless you only want one shell. You can't have another bone. So you said rabbit, chicken, big scallop shell, small. Oh, small cone shell. Yeah, so it's 2 of each. So I think that's it. Let me know if I got the crystals wrong, but I think that's it. This one? Is it this one? Sorry, I should note this is malachite, but I don't remember the name of that one. Oh. Is it this one? Oh, sorry, yes, okay. So I've done that wrong. Okay. So Mary, Okay, so we have, let's begin with the chicken foot. The chicken foot's very good. It's very nice to be drawn to the chicken foot because it's a very positive omen. The chicken foot is very much about luck and protection. So it starts at love and partnerships. So we point to where it starts and we point to where the claw goes to, which is finance and wealth. Now, this is very interesting. So in the love and partnerships, it will be a lucky omen. So you have, if you're currently in a relationship, there will be more positivity surrounding it. It might elevate to the next level. Arguments might be resolved, things like that. If you're not in a relationship, there's some opportunity coming up in the very near future, or even present, because of how close it is to the yin yang, could even be in this very current chapter. But where the claw points to with the chicken foot, this is about the claw grasps away negative energy. So it's suggesting that there might be some negative energy coming towards you in finance and wealth, or some trying to, but this is going to protect you. So if there's an issue that arises where maybe you feel like you're becoming short on like rent or payments for something, or just any kind of financial issue that you might be threatened with in some way, there'll be protection around it. There'll be some resolution and protection around it because the chicken foot is very lucky. It's just generally very lucky. So in your current chapter, there's general luck coming to you. Could be being served good karma, but especially in your love and partnership realm, and especially protection around your finances and wealth. So any issues that are maybe already happening in finance and wealth, there's going to be some resolution or protection around that. So that's good. This is the kind of attention kind of stone. It's like what we need to pay attention to, or what we might need to learn more about. So social and friendships. So it's paying attention to social and friendships, and maybe a learning curve. So it can be, when it's in social and friendships, it's more like a life lesson. If it landed in career and business, it might be that you need to learn something new to advance in your career. But it's landing in social and friendships, so it's more likely to be a life lesson coming within a friendship. Now, a life lesson is not always negative. We always think of life lessons as difficulties, hardships, struggles. But it's not always. Sometimes a lesson can be a lesson of love, a lesson of connection, a lesson of soul connection, soul family members. So it's not necessarily saying that there's going to be something negative, like a negative lesson to learn. It's not really telling us if it's positive or negative, but with the chicken foot being so close, I feel like it's more likely going to be a positive lesson, because you're getting that luck energy right now coming to you. So I would say this is more like a lesson of maybe a soul family member, maybe, really learning who your true friends are, which learning who your true friends are can involve struggles and difficulties, of course, because oftentimes we learn who our true friends are when we go through a hardship. But it's positive in the end, because you're learning, it's probably a soul family connection, or learning who like a true friend is, knowing who's really there for you, who really has your back. So that's very nice, but it's to pay attention to that. So if you do learn who's really there for you, or who really has your back, don't ignore that. That person's important. Don't be thankful for the experience and then kind of dwindle. Keep them in your life. They're an important person. So just think about that. We're also getting oyster shell, and the oyster shell is landed positive way. So we always want the shells this way. We don't want them that way. Something's closed off. Something needs to be dealt with. If it's this way, it's a very positive omen. Now, the oyster is a symbol of luxury. It's what we deserve in life. And this is mostly landed in your social and friendship, which again is why I also think that the chicken foot and the oyster shell are telling us this is a good lesson, a nice lesson that you're going to learn, because you're learning what you deserve. So it could be that you are meeting soul family members. You're learning who true friends are. You're learning who you really deserve in your life and what you really deserve. And it could be coming to more realization of your self-worth, your self-value, and what you do deserve, particularly in social and friendships. But if we look, it is over the line into career and business as well, which also the chicken foot is. So we are getting positive omens coming up in career and business, particularly in this more distant future with the oyster. It's learning about what you truly deserve in career and business. So it could be valuing yourself more. That could be emanating. When we value ourselves more, that emanates in our external energy. So it could be an advancement in career based on what your stance, your energy out there. I deserve more. I'm better than this. I deserve better. It could be a positive advancement and good luck in career and business as well, with the chicken foot and oyster both leaning into this section. So we're seeing very positive omens here in wealth, in career and business, in friendships. It does look like some positive things coming up, and not too distant as well. They could be coming up pretty soon. So that's very nice. Um, let's go into the. So we have the rabbit toe in spirit and self. Now this is very nice because you're already getting luck in the love and partnership section, and the rabbit does really link to love and partnerships. The rabbit is very a loving kind of a message, a loving kind of guide. It can guide us to positive relationships, and we're getting this in spirit and self. So this would say that the this luck getting in relationships is linked to, you know, soul family connection, a maybe a twin flame, maybe a soulmate, maybe just someone who is very connected on a spiritual level, maybe someone who resonates with you on a spiritual level. So that's a very positive omen again for relationships like we're getting here. So that's really nice in the spirit and self. So really resonating with that person. And you know, it's in the current chapter, so maybe you're already with them. Maybe you're already with them and it's just a positive omen. But it could be that they're coming in very soon. Now the home and family section, we have the Malachite. And the Malachite again, some spiritual energy involved in the Malachite. So it could suggest more spirit family, spirit, you know, soul family coming up. When we get a more spiritual stone in the family section, it might not link to your direct blood family. It might link to more soul family. So again, resonating with this one, but this could be more linked to the friendships as well. Almost confirming this. Like, yes, it's soul family connections. But it is also love energy, the heart chakra. So with home and family again, and I think similar to what Mohammed had here, it's, you know, if there's any issues with the home and family, open your heart chakra. Maybe, I'm not saying that you need to apologize, but maybe you might be a mediator. Maybe you might be the one to open up a resolution, suggest a resolution in the home and family. It's about really opening your heart chakra with the home and family. And again, it can link to the actual home. So, do I need to give love and care to my home? Is there clutter? Is there something that work that needs to be done? Is there tidying, clearing things out, you know, throwing things out that I don't need, caring for my home, and caring for my family? Really coming up there, and could be also suggesting, like I said, soul family, very very nice. But the pointing shell is in our health and well-being, but it's pointing to spirit and self, so that's very interesting. So to me, health and well-being can be mind, body, or spirit. It can be mental health, physical health, or spiritual health. But because it's pointing to our spirit and self, I think it's more about your spiritual health. So what it's saying is your spiritual health might be quite good, okay at the moment, because this is a more distant future. But at some point in the distant future, where something might arise, where you might feel off in some way, you know, maybe it is you are getting physical symptoms, maybe it does feel like something physical, but try to look out for a spiritual healer. Try to look out for a holistic therapist. You know, it could be acupuncture, Reiki, massage, cleansers, anything that's more in the spiritual realm is going to help with an issue that comes up in the distant future with your health. So I'm not saying don't go to the doctors. I would never say that. Of course, you have physical symptoms, you're going to the doctors, you're finding what it is, of course, but you will have to complement it with some spiritual healing. So just bear that in mind if a health issue arises in the distant future. But it's not only going to be physical or mental health, and whatever does come up, you're going to need some spiritual healing complementary with that. So try to bear that in mind and remember that does come up. And that was for Mary. So let me just read the comments. Yeah, a lot of luck coming. It feels good. Baby, let me see. That's Goody, if I remember correctly. So you're not on priority, so you're not very likely to get a reading today. It is a pretty short stream, but these are the priorities. So we'll mark off Mary. We've done Mary, so Mary is marked off, and then we have Freya is next, who's on priority. We have Risha, Candy, Tam, Carolyn, Tanita, Johanna, Lula, and I believe it's Goody. I hope I'm not forgetting you again. So these guys, you'll most likely not get your reading today, but you will be on priority for tomorrow. So if you manage to catch me tomorrow, maybe click the notification bell if you haven't already clicked it, because you guys are on priority. So if you jump in tomorrow, you'll be like these guys were priority today. You guys will be priority tomorrow. So we're going to do Freya next. So Freya, if you need to know what the things are again, let me know. But if you already know them, please do feel free to let me know what you want. Mary says has to let go of a friendship. I agree. Applied to some places for work, so hopefully there's luck coming in that, as the reading says. Shelley, hello and welcome. Mary says really excited to meet them. Yes, it looks like good luck coming to you. It looks like very positive omens. We didn't get anything really too negative come up there, you know? So it looks good. Dadam, you need to burn a drop of blood and lick a bit of the burned surface for optimum cosmic power. No, I do not believe that. I do not believe so. Kim Bass, hello and welcome. Freya, thank you for letting me know what you want. That really helps. Mary, you're welcome. And Tanita, blessings to you. So I do think Freya is going to be the last one, because I do have some paid for bookings and readings that I have to get to. So, but guys, Risha, Candy, Tam, Carolyn, Tanita, Johanna, Lula, and Baby, you will be, as well as the people left on this list, you'll be priority tomorrow. And it'll be just first come, first serve. So do click that notification bell. And if you manage to jump in tomorrow, you will be first on the list. So yes, but we'll go with Freya. I really appreciate that you've already said what you want. So you want Antelope, Deer, Clearstone, Sunstone, very beautiful, I love that one. Oyster shell, and a pointing shell. Okay, wonderful. So there's yours. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you paid attention and let me know. That does really help me get through it a little bit quicker. So, the left one. So yes, we have 2 of each, and this is for Freya. So I'm glad we got to some of the priorities from the last stream. And thank you for joining me again. So Freya. Okay, wonderful. So we have, where do we want to go first? We have the oyster for Freya. And again, someone else, oyster landing upright. Very, very positive. We love that. This is the way we want it. Again, the oyster is luxury. It's what we deserve. And it's mainly in your health and well-being. So it can suggest, of course, if you're going through, so you don't have anything that's super, super present, but the near future can be pretty soon, depending on how far through your current chapter you are. But yeah, this is the nearest one. So health and well-being, very positive omen for this. It can be that, again, if you're going through health issues, there's some resolution around that. You might find the right medicine, the right healer, the right supplements, foods, whatever it is. You might be someone, again, it's the new year. Have you taken on some exercise or a new diet? Because it might be saying to keep up with that, that's going to be very good for you. It's what you deserve. Thinking about what you deserve in your health and well-being. And of course, it can link to spiritual health and mental health as well. If you're taking time for your mental health, if you're doing self-care, being very, very mindful about your mental health, then that can also be a very positive omen of, you know, any resolution around that, or healing, or just further progress on the journey. Healing isn't always about we've completed it, we're done. It can be about progress, positive progress. But knowing what you deserve, especially, can be about looking after your body, your health and well-being. Maybe you do look after what you're eating a bit more. Maybe you exercise a bit more, things like that. Or maybe you're already doing that and you just keep it up, and that's very positive. But very luckily for you, as we can see here, we also have a little bit of the oyster in finance and wealth. Now, it's only a little bit, just kind of touching on it, but it's positive. It's a positive omen of some success in finance and wealth, something positive coming in the near future in finance and wealth. And this is actually confirmed, affirmed, resonated with the Sunstone. Now, the Sunstone is the stone of abundance. If it lands in the spirit and self, it could be spiritual abundance. If it lands in love and partnership, it can be abundance of love. But you're getting it in the career and business, so it's much more likely to be abundance of money. So with the slight bit of the oyster shell coming in here, and the Sunstone, we're seeing sometime in the not so distant, this is more near future, remember, as we head out, we're getting more distant future. This is more near future. So very positive omen of money coming to you, or a promotion, or a job, or maybe if you're selling your own things, starting your own projects, it could be success in that. It can be anything linked to finance and wealth. It could be a winning, even. I mean, this is in career and business. So it's pointing more to that it would be a job, or making money, earning money. Because if it lands there, maybe it could be more of a winning. But because we're here, we are seeing it's probably more linked to a job, or you're selling something, or you making money, earning money rather than winning. But yes, positive omen for abundance, moving up a level on the career path, or wherever you're at the career path, moving to that next level. If you're still in study, it could just be a positive omen of passing exams, passing things, getting on track to the career. This can still happen for people who are in school, in college, in university, but it's positive omen of them getting on track towards their career and business. So that's really good. But we have the deer as well. So the deer starts from social friendship, and it points directly to the Sunstone. So this could be telling us that so social can be networking, even though networking is more likely to be in this section, because we're overlapping. The social can be networking. So I would definitely say, if you're a little bit in hermit mode at the moment, or you're not getting out there, make sure you're connecting with friends, make sure you're networking, make sure you're doing very positive things socially, saying yes to social gatherings, saying yes to people, because it could be, with this pointing to the Sunstone, it could be a friend or someone you network with that's going to kind of, get you this opportunity, or help you with this opportunity, or give you some advice to head towards this opportunity. So it definitely will be about looking out for those opportunities in social gatherings, because this does kind of suggest it might be a friend or someone you network with that's going to boost you in this direction of abundance. So yes, definitely getting out there, definitely being social in this current chapter, or this, well, it's near future chapter. They're all kind of in the same chapter, which is nice. All resonating with each other, so that's very nice. Um, the Antler, we have love and partnerships. It begins at, but then it goes into social and friendships. So you're getting a lot of social energy, really. It's nice that Antler comes before the Quartz, and I will tell you why. Because again, the Antler, it's not deer, sorry. The Antler is very much about gentle but firm conversations. It's that energy of being strong in your beliefs and in your opinions and not holding back, but also not being aggressive. It's like being, that perfect leader who is firm but gentle. Not too aggressive, not too opinionated, but not too shy, not too agreeable. So it starts in love and partnerships, but goes to social and friendships. So you might find that um, it could involve, if the person, the relationship person, the romantic person that might come in, if you don't already have a partner, this can suggest a partner coming in because it's in this section. But it's about pointing to the social and friendships, and could even suggest that again you're getting a lot of guidance to socialize, and it could suggest that the friend group could introduce you to this partner, but could be if you already. So it depends. If you don't already have a partner, it might be suggested that you're going to meet a partner through a social group, and that you'll need to be not too shy, basically. Let them introduce you. Let them match make you. But if you're already in a relationship, it might be that there's a little bit of conflict or issue going on between the romantic partner and the social group. So, oh, our music's gone off. Oh my! But so the social group the partner might have how do I say, like a conflict or a resistance to one of your friends or a friend group or something like that. There might be something you need to resolve and kind of be the mediator between your romantic partner and a friend. So that might come up. So it depends. If you're single, it's a bit more positive. If you're in a relationship, it might be suggesting a bit more of an issue. You might need to resolve an issue between your partner and a friend, or someone you're networking with, but most likely a friend. Then we come to, so I'll go to the Quartz next because it does resonate to me with some of these things that have already come up. Because the Quartz is about clarity, it's gaining clarity. So if this is a conflict, if this is suggesting a conflict between the romantic partner, but don't forget this is in the distant future. So it could still, even if you don't have a partner in the present moment, you could get a partner along this path, and this conflict might still come up. So it could meet someone through friends, but they could have a conflict with the friends. But the clear quartz, it's clarity, it's gaining clarity. Clarity coming to you with any issue between friends or social groups. So a lot of clarity coming to you. Any issue, so if this is an issue, definitely is suggesting resolution. It's definitely suggesting coming to a resolution, coming to clarity, things becoming positive, because the clear quartz is very positive and suggests a lot of clarity. So it's actually, even if there is a bit of an issue at this stage, we're getting out of it, and it's not too far. So we are getting clarity, we are getting positivity, and it can be clarity in the friendship section as well. Can be seeing who our true friends are, getting clarity about who's there for us, who's supporting us, who's has our back, So it's really nice. Maybe getting clarity about who our soul family is, because our soul family can definitely come in friendship groups, So that's a very nice one. But the health and well-being. So the pointing shell is pointing directly to our health and well-being. and it's in your more distant future. So it is something to maybe keep in mind. You have the very positive energy from the oyster shell about this health and well-being, but the pointing shell is telling us to really be mindful of this. So whatever you're doing here, whatever positivity you have surrounding your health, whether it's healthy eating habits, supplements, exercise, the pointing shell is telling you, or like if it's for your mental health or spiritual health even, the pointing shell is telling you this is something you need to keep a focus on as we're heading right out to the distant future. So, if this is a kind of New Year's resolution to be a bit more healthy, don't give up. Don't be someone who gives up in January, Keep going as we continue right on to the future. Being very mindful about your physical, mental, and spiritual health, which you're getting a very positive omen on, so you're starting off on the right foot. But this is saying don't lose that. Don't lose that. Whatever begins to work, whether it's a supplement, whether it's therapy, whatever it is, whatever's working for your spiritual, mental, or physical health, whether it is like a holistic healer like Reiki or acupuncture, whether it is medicine or supplements or food or exercise, whether it is therapy or talking to friends, or keeping socializing for your mental health, you're really being guided to keep that going. Don't give up on that. Keep it up. Whatever this good practice is, keep up on it right into the future, because you're going to need it. We don't want any issues, because the pointing shell can point to where issues are going to arise. So I would say just be very mindful about that. So let me just read the chat before I go. Hello and welcome new people. I really appreciate new people coming in. Liverpool, nice to see you. So let's see. Dada, oh yes, I read that one. Kim Best, hello and welcome. Freya, yeah, that was just you saying what you wanted, so I appreciate that. So this is bone, for anyone who doesn't know, this is bone reading. This is my very own unique take on bone reading. I use bones, shells and crystals in this reading. If you want a bone reading, I am back tomorrow. So do subscribe, do click that notification bell. I will be back tomorrow. We're heading off now. We do have a priority list tomorrow, so you may not get it. We'll see how long we can do tomorrow and how quick I can get at these. I'm quite new. It's my newest reading, so I am a bit on the slower side with it. But Freya says I'm fighting off the flu at present and changing my diet, awaiting money from a new business venture, so positive omen on that. So this could be a positive omen of coming out on top of, healing from that flu and coming out better on the other side, hopefully. But Liverpool, hello. Hermit mode because of the horrid weather, but we'll be getting out more soon. Yes. So, and sometimes we have to push through that as well. I know how you feel. I live in England, so I totally understand being in hermit mode for that horrible weather. And yes, I tend to express my truths firmly, which can put people off me. So yes, so it might just be about toning that down a little bit, not to tone down your opinions, still being very clear on them, but just toning down maybe how firm you are, maybe trying to come off a little bit gentler, maybe. Liverpool says, could I just have a general if possible? They are general. I'll add you to the list. So we are done today, but we have a priority list for next time. So Liverpool, I will add you to the priority list for next time. It's not letting me. Oh yes, this is the pen that works better. Liverpool, I'll add you on the priority list. Conflict of interest with partner. He doesn't like the things I'm interested in, like visiting places and sites. Oh my. So yeah, it could be about that. Strong focus, and I like to invest in alternative remedies. Great. So it looks like you are doing really great. So maybe it's about coming out on top of that flu and getting even better. Just becoming better with that. I'm sorry, Shelley, this is not a question answering stream. Pasta Sampa, hello. Pasta Sampa, hello, welcome. Afraid you're very welcome. I'm glad I got to you. I'm glad I managed to get to you. Yeah, okay, Liverpool, see you tomorrow. Candy, you're pretty high on the priority list for tomorrow, so hopefully you can get on tomorrow. But I really appreciate you jumping on. I appreciate the likes on the videos, guys. Remember that the likes on the videos are like votes. Even if you don't get a reading today, do still like the video, because the more likes a video gets, the more I come back with that same reading. So if you're really wanting the bone reading, please do click like, because I do mostly the readings that get the most likes, basically. So love, light, and blessings to each of you. If you didn't get a reading, I greatly apologise, but we do have the priority list, so I'll keep this for tomorrow, and anyone who jumps in who's on either this side or this side will be priority. So yes, you will be priority. So I greatly apologize, like, if I didn't get to you, but I just don't have enough time right now because of my bookings. But if you do want to, if you have any queries or questions, I have my Discord, Facebook, and email in the description, and also my website. So if you're interested in more in-depth readings, my website is secretfrequencies.com/shop. That's secretfrequencies.com/shop. But there is a link in the description as well. So love, light, and blessings to each of you, and I really hope to catch you tomorrow.